I would hate to be an Alfa Romeo car salesman. In the US last year, they sold on average one car per day across the country for less than 12,000 sold throughout the year. In 2024, it's predicted that 88 million cars worldwide will be sold. That's a prediction across the world. Here's a look at the car brands that sold the most vehicles a little closer to home. Here in the US in 2023, the most vehicles sold in the US in 2023, beginning with Toyota. They're the number one seller. 1.93 million were sold last year. The average number of vehicles sold per day, 5,200. Ford had 1.89 million vehicles sold in the US. That's how many sales they had. Average vehicles sold per day, 5,100. Chevrolet sold 1.7 million cars last year in the US. That's 4,656 per day. Honda, 1.16 million, or 3,100 per day. Nissan, 834,097 car sales, or 2,285 per day. Hyundai had 801,000 vehicles sold, about 2,200 per day. Kia, 782, 2,144. Tesla, for those of you who think Tesla's on the decline, they sold 654,888 vehicles in the U.S. last year. That's 1,794 per day across the country. That was better than Jeep, 642,000 or 1,761 per day. And Subaru, rounding out the top 10, they sold 632,000 vehicles in 2023 or 1,732 per day. Any of those numbers surprise you? They did me. I was surprised to see how many vehicles Tesla sold in the U.S. across the country. They're on the list, 8th. For those of you who think EVs are not doing well or they won't do well in the future, this is why other manufacturers are adding EVs to the lineup. They have to compete so they can get a market share of what Tesla's doing. Selling 1,800 Teslas per day across the country in 2023, I suspect those numbers will continue to rise in 2024. That's my prediction. What do you think? Leave me your comments below this video. Let me help you save money on your next vehicle. It doesn't have to be new. In fact, the following 20 car models, you could save 28% or more simply by choosing last year's model over this year's model. Sound good? All right, let's save some money. Beginning with the Mercedes-Benz EQS, a one-year-old used Mercedes-Benz EQS, 71 grand. Difference in cost compared to a new one, 65,000, almost a 50% difference from used to new. That's amazing. Next, Nissan Leaf, 1 year used price, 18,756. Difference in cost compared to new, 15,786, a 45.7% difference. Jaguar F-Pace, 1 year used price, 52,000. Difference in cost compared to a new one, 28,500. That's a 35% difference. Alfa Romeo Giulia, 1 year used price, 32 grand change. The difference compared to new, 16,000. That's a 33% difference. Kia EV6, 1 year old price, 36 grand. Compared to new, that's an $18,000 difference, 33% difference. A 1 year old Hyundai Ioniq 5, 34 grand. Compared to new, that's $16,000 difference, or 33% difference. A 1 year old Volkswagen ID4, 31.8. Compared to new, that's a $15,000 difference, or 33% change. Alfa Romeo Stelvio, 1 year old difference, 36.6. Difference in price compared to new, 17.5. The difference in cost compared to new, about 32%. A 1 year old Nissan Murano, 30 grand, compared to $13,000 more, or 32% difference. A 1 year old Mercedes-Benz S-Class will set you back six figures, but that's a $45,000 difference than this year's model, a 31.5% difference in cost. 365 days later, a Dodge Durango, 43 grand compared to new. That's a $19,000 difference, or 30.8% difference. BMW 7 Series, 1 year later, 85 grand versus $36,000 more than that. A Dodge Challenger will set you back $36,500 if you wait a year. That's a $15,500 savings. Be patient with a Ford Mustang Mach-E. It'll save you 16 grand if you wait 1 year. It's a 29.8% difference in new versus old. A Ram 1500 Classic, a $13,000 difference if you wait 1 year. It's a 30% drop. Infiniti QX80, these big behemoths of SUVs and gas guzzlers. 1 year old difference is a $59,000 price tag versus $24,000 more. Audi A3, about 30 grand if you wait 1 year, or you want to go ahead and spend 12 grand, go ahead. Chevy Bolt EUV, only 23 grand and change after a year. That's a $9,000 savings if you're patient. Bolt EV, 22 and change, or if you want to pay $8,600 extra, go ahead. And how about the Audi A4, 1 year used price, $35,600. Difference in cost compared to a new one, $13,800 or 28%. If and when you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, check out quotes.everymandriver.com. Free price quotes on the best deals being offered in your area from qualified dealerships. That's quotes.everymandriver.com. If you don't find what you're looking for in your zip code, expand that zip code. Be willing to travel a few miles, save a few hundred, possibly a few $1,000s on a new or used vehicle. Insider access to dealer pricing by visiting quotes.everymandriver.com. There's also a link below this video. Today's video is brought to you by The Cold Plunge. Use discount code DAVE150 at checkout at thecoldplunge.com. Immediately save $150 off your purchase. That's DAVE150 at thecoldplunge.com. There's also a link below this video. One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up.